What's up, guys? Welcome back to another recap. Unfortunately, I really do apologize for not uploading one in like 3 days. I've been super busy. I go to a school, and I go to a school combining with work. So, it's not easy. It's not easy to upload these recaps. Thursday I was gonna do both of them, but I went to a friend's basketball game, and when I came home, I literally, as I was watching the one of the games that was on, I literally just fell asleep. I'm not even kidding. So, yeah, I even left my light on too. I just fell asleep and didn't even turn off my light. That's how tired I was. But anyways, let's get started. So let's not waste it. So, brief. I wanted to mention this as well, that I'm not going to mention like all the players that scored in double figures in every single game anymore, because that takes up so much time, and I'm sure you guys don't want to are tired of watching 35-minute recaps like every single day that I make these. So I'm going to try to shorten them up a little bit and kind of just talk about the players that had really big games. So anyways, let's get to it. So today we're going to do Wednesday's recap. So let's get started. So the first game is Cavaliers versus Pistons. The Cavs beat the Pistons by 28 points, 113-85. Nobody on the Pistons side really did anything. Bojan Bogdanovic had 15 points and led the team in scoring. That's how you know how bad it was for Detroit. So I really feel bad for Detroit, because I remember when throughout the entirety of the 2000s, they were one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. They won a championship against the Kobe and Shaq Lakers in 2004, with no All-Stars, by the way. Nobody on that team made the All-Star team. And then they made the NBA Finals. They took the Spurs to 7 games in the Finals in 2005, and then 2006 and 2007 and 2008, they made the Eastern Conference Finals 3 years in a row. So, and they went from that to just they've really just been tanking the entirety of the 2010s. I think they only made the playoffs 2 times in the 2010s. So, that's how you know how bad it was. So, anyways, on the Cavs side, Donovan Mitchell looks like Donovan Mitchell did not play, but Jared Allen was the player of the game for sure. He had 20 points and 16 rebounds. He had a double-double. Jared Allen's one of the most underrated centers in the league. Unfortunately, he did not make the All-Star team this year, but he definitely, he's been doing pretty well. So, he's been playing like an All-Star. So, but there's so many I still can't believe James Harden didn't make the All-Star list. I still don't understand that at all. Like, he was completely snubbed. Even with the fact that they made replacements for the All-Star reserves, James Harden was still not put on it. That's crazy. That's wild to me. But anyways, enough about that. Jared Allen was 9 of 13 shooting with 16 boards and 1 assist and 1 block. So he definitely played well. There were a couple of other guys that scored in double figures. It was definitely more of a team effort from Cleveland. But I guess Jared Allen had the best game out of all of them. But, very just dominant win from the Cavs overall. Yeah. The next game, it'll load. Next game is Hornets-Wizards. Pretty dominant win by the Wizards, 118-104, 14-point win. A lot of guys did pretty well on the Hornets side, especially P.J. Washington. He led the team in scoring with 20. But on the Wizards side, the player of the game was by far Kristaps Porzingis. He had 36 points and 9 rebounds. And against the Hornets, he was 13 of 22 from the field and 8 of 14 from 3. This man had quite a night, especially shooting the basketball. 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and two blocks. Shout out to Kristaps Porzingis, because I know he got a lot of slander for underperforming in the 2021 playoffs, and just kind of being injury prone ever since then. It's funny because in the 2020 playoffs, when the Clippers faced them the first time, they beat them in 6, and everyone was like, "Oh, Kristaps Porzingis wasn't ejected in Game 1, and he wasn't injured for games 4, 5, and 6." they would have won, or they would have beat the Clippers that year. But then the next year they match up, and he played the whole series, but he played horrible, like really, really bad. Like they're literally calling him the new Pandemic P, because if you don't know, Pandemic P was the nickname that Paul George was given in the bubble because he underperformed so badly, especially against Denver when they blew a 3-1 lead. But everyone was like, well, Kristaps Porzingis is the new Pandemic P now. He's playing just as bad, if not worse, than Paul George did in the bubble. So yeah, shout out to Porzingis. He definitely needed a game like that to get some confidence back. Jesus Louise. I don't know why it's acting like this. Okay. Sorry. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright, next game is Pacers Heat. Buddy Hield actually led the Pacers in scoring, and he played very well, so 29 points. On the Heat side of things, Bam Adebayo has been something special. He's been really good this year. I'm glad he made the All-Star team this year. He definitely deserves it. 38 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists on 12 of 6. Is that the right thing? Yeah. 12 of 16 from the field. And he doesn't shoot any threes, by the way. So he got 24 points off of 2-point shots. So that means most of his points came from the line. So you got like 16 points off of free throws, probably. So, but shout out to Bam Adebayo. He's been playing like a beast this year, especially after underperforming against the Celtics last year. In the playoffs, this is definitely a huge confidence boost. I'm hoping. I'm not a Heat fan. In fact, I'm the complete opposite of a Heat fan. I'm a Celtics fan, and I was glad that we were able to I'm glad that we were able to escape Game 7 with that win. My God, we almost choked that game. We almost choked that game, but that's a topic for another video. But we ended up winning that. And Bam Adebayo was one of the sole reasons the Heat, didn't win. But anyways, yeah, so he played really well. With 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal as well. Jimmy Butler also played pretty well as well. He had 25, 5, and 7 on 9 of 18 shooting with 1 steal in there. So, yeah, shout out to Miami it was a close win. It was close. It was 116 to 111. It was a 5-point win, but good win from the Heat overall. The Heat have actually, I believe they're 6th in the East right now, so they're doing pretty well, actually. They started, kind of pulled themselves together a little bit. They're not the number 1 seed that they were last year, but, they're still playing, they're starting to get it together a little bit. I think they'll probably still be a first-round exit, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Excuse me. The next game is Raptors-Spurs. Not really anything from the Spurs side worth mentioning, but Pascal Siakam, 37 and 10 and 7 assists. On 15 of 21 shooting from the field, with all 3 of his 3-point attempts were made. 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. So, and by the way, shout out to Pascal Siakam because of injuries to a lot of the Eastern Conference All-Stars that were named originally, Pascal Siakam has made it as a replacement for one of the guys that I think is injured. Forget. Joel Embiid moved up to being a starter because Kevin Durant is going to be out past All-Star break. So he moved up to being a starter, and because that, he left the door open for someone else to be a replacement for a reserve. And Pascal Siakam was was that player in the Eastern Conference. So shout out to Siakam, he definitely deserves it. Yeah, there have been a lot of injuries this year. Honestly, I'm really hoping that everyone's. I would like to see all the teams that in the playoffs be healthy, because I want to see who's actually how good teams really are. So, anyways, the next game is Celtics Sixers. So, because I'm a Celtics fan, I'll focus a little more on this game. So, Celtics were without Robert Williams, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown for the second half of this game, and I'll explain why in a minute, and Marcus Smart. So, Jaylen Brown collided with Jason Tatum while they were both trying to go for a rebound, like an offensive rebound, and they Jason Tatum collided into Jaylen Brown with his elbow and hit him in the face super hard, and apparently he fractured his face. So he's going to be out for a little bit, actually. He's going to miss some time, which kind of sucks. Or maybe he'll be back with a face mask. Who knows? But yeah, that's unfortunate for Jaylen Brown. But we still won this game, 106-99. We actually played incredible. We shot the ball. So the reason we won this game is because we shot ridiculously well from three as a team. That was part of the main reason why. The Sixers did not shoot well from three at all. And I think defensively we were also better than the Sixers. But, I mean, Joel Embiid and James Harden did their things. 28 and 26 points. They combined for 54 points. And James Harden also had 11 assists as well. And they both shot it extremely well. So, however, Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey only scored a combined 10 points. If I were a Sixers fan, I'd be pretty pissed about that. That is not what you want to see from two of your starters come playoff time. So if the Sixers want to have any chance of success, those guys need to be better. So, and that's unbelievable. I can't believe that we actually won this game. Not to mention, Tatum played horribly. He had 12 points, 8 rebounds. He had 8 rebounds and 9 assists. He had a near triple-double, but still. He shot 5 of 15 from the field and 1 of 5 from 3. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal and a block. So, I mean, I guess you could say he impacted the game in other ways other than scoring, which is I'm glad that he's able to do that, which allows us, to win games. If he's being doubled a lot, because that's what happened in this game. Tatum got doubled a lot in this game. So, but I mean, you had, other than Tatum, you had Grant Williams with 15 points, Blake Griffin with 15 points, Derek White with 19, Malcolm Brogdon with 19. And Sam Hauser with 14. So it was just a very balanced scoring load from just the entirety of our bench and everything. And everyone shot it well. Blake Griffin was also, I believe he was 5 of 6 from 3. Let me actually look at that. He hit 5 threes in this game. I remember. He's 5 of 8 from 3. All of his shots were 3-point shots. That's really fucking funny. But yeah. So yeah. That's actually a very impressive win for the Celtics, especially going forward. By the way, we did get Mike Muscala from the Thunder, and he's a great addition to our team. So I'm glad that we got another borderline 7-footer that can space the floor. So that's incredible. I'm glad that we got him. So we definitely have the deepest team in the league without a doubt. It's not even close. Honestly, it's not even fucking close. So. That's kind of why we've been able to win a lot of these games without being fully healthy. But that's kind of what you need in the regular season, especially in the regular season. When guys take time off to load manage, or even if guys get hurt, it helps us stay afloat. And we're still holding on to that. We're still holding on to that 1 seed. So, we're doing pretty well. We actually do face the Bucks on Tuesday though, so that's going to be interesting. Tomorrow we face the Grizzlies, and we'll see how that goes. And then we have to face the Bucks on Tuesday, so that's going to be quite an interesting, array of games. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, next game is 1 second. Kings Rockets. Kings barely escaped with this one, 130-128, 2-point win. De'Aaron Fox had a double-double with 31 points and 11 assists. And De'Aaron Fox has had a reputation for being extremely clutch this year. And that's part of the reason why the Kings have been able to win a lot of these close ones. Because De'Aaron Fox has shown that he's kind of got that it factor and that, clutchness gene. And Sabonis also played well with 22, 9, and 5. So, shout out to the Kings. It's really cool that the Kings are probably going to make their first playoff, or most likely, actually are most likely going to make their first playoff appearance since 2006. That's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. I can't wait for the playoffs to start. It's going to be very interesting to see, especially with a bunch of trades that I might make a video talking about some of these trades. Honestly, it's going to be pretty crazy. So, yeah. I can't wait to make that video. You'll see much later on. It'll be crazy. But anyways, the Rockets weren't really, wow. Jalen Green had 41 points. I didn't even know that. Okay. I was about to talk shit about him, but I don't like to talk shit about players, but Jalen Green is kind of an easy target because he's known for being an inefficient shot chucker. But in this game against the Kings, he was 14 of 22 from the field and 6 of 9 from 3. So that's actually one of his more efficient games, actually. So, shout out to Jalen Green. I got to give credit where credit is due. He played very, very well. But it just wasn't enough, unfortunately, to beat the Kings. Sorry, I feel bad for Rockets fans. Actually, no, I don't, but whatever. Anyways, let's continue. Next game is Timberwolves Jazz. Timberwolves beat the shit out of the Jazz in this game. Let's see. Two guys. Wow. Anthony Edwards had 31, which is kind of as expected. But Jalen Noel had 30 as well. So two guys scored 30, and Luka Garza with 25 points. This dude has been unbelievable. Like, this Luka Garza dude, I saw him in a preseason game, and he was, pretty dominant against the Lakers in a preseason game. And I was like, I didn't really think much of it because it was just a preseason game. But he's actually recently he's been playing very well for the Timberwolves. So, shout out to Luka Garza. On the Jazz side of things, Colin Sexton led the team in scoring with only 22 points. So, yeah. Larry Markkinen had 21 as well. But, yeah, everybody else kind of sucked ass on the Jazz. So, yeah. Dominant win. Utterly dominant win. 143 to 118. Utterly dominant win from the Timberwolves. The next game is Warriors Trailblazers. The Trailblazers actually did win this game. I didn't actually know this. Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole both had 30 pieces. Klay had 31 and Poole had 38. And again, they are without Steph Curry because of Steph Curry's I don't know what it is. It's like a joint injury on his leg. I forget what joint it is, but it's pretty bad from what I heard. He's going to miss a lot of time, so we'll see what happens with the Warriors, you know what I mean? And they also lost tonight to the Lakers, but we'll talk about that in another video, but we'll talk about that in one of the other recaps. But anyways, yeah, so, those guys played well, but DiVincenzo had 18 as well, and Andrew Wiggins had 18. But on the Trailblazers side, Damian Lillard had triple-double, 33, 10, and 11. Shout out to Damian Lillard. But, he's so damn loyal, he will not leave Portland. But the worst part is he thinks that he can win a championship in Portland. It's not happening. It's not happening because their front office is one of the most incompetent front offices in the league. And the worst part is Damian Lillard doesn't even really put pressure on the front office to make good moves. He's just kind of like cool with whatever. He doesn't care what the team does. You know what I'm saying? And he's just cool with playing in Portland and making a shit ton of money, which, it's cool and all, but he's basically I have a feeling a lot of people are going to forget how good Damian Lillard was because he played with the fucking Trailblazers his whole career. The best he ever did with this team was get to the conference finals one time in 2019. And when he got there, he got swept by the KD-less Warriors. And the Warriors in 2019, other than Steph, Clay, and Draymond, their bench was horrible. Because Iguodala was old as fuck. And Sean Livingston, that was his last year in the league. He retired after that. He retired after they lost in the finals to the Raptors. So that, like, their bench was horrendous that year. So, and that was not a good year for that was not a good look for Portland to get swept, much less lose. Much less lose. I know Steph was unbelievable in that series, but Damian, well, first of all, the Trailblazers led by like 17 points in 3 out of the 4 games, and they lost all 3 of them. They lost all 3 of those games that they led by double digits for like a quarter and a half, and then in the third quarter, they let the Warriors creep back and win those games. Come on, I don't even know. But anyways, yeah, I'm done rambling about that. But yeah. I just want to see Damian Lillard win games. I want to see his team do well. It's fortunate he's willing to stay with that trash-ass Portland team. Sorry. And the last game is Mavericks-Clippers. So the Mavericks won this one by 6. But guess what? Guess who made his debut with the Mavericks in this game? Kyrie Irving. Yes, guys, Kyrie Irving got traded to the Dallas Mavericks in the trade deadline. Pretty damn special. And he made his debut in this game. And he played well. He had 24, 4, and 5. So, you know what I'm saying? This was definitely an utterly team effort, though. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 19. Reggie Bullock had 18. He made a shit ton of threes in this game, I remember. He was like 5 for 5 in the first quarter alone. So, yeah. You just couldn't miss in that first quarter. And then Josh Green had 14. On the Clippers side of things, Kawhi Leonard only had 18 points, actually. And Paul George had 20. Terrence Mann had 21. Norman Powell had 24. So, yeah. But, yeah. I'm actually... So, as you guys know, I'm going to a Dallas Mavericks versus Phoenix Suns game. And that's probably going to be the best game I've ever been to in my life. And not just because Kyrie Irving's on the Mavericks, but somebody else joined the Suns, which which I'm sure you guys, if you guys are NBA fans, you know who the fuck is on the Suns now. So I don't even, it's Kevin Durant. So yeah, I'm going to see Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton in one game. That's going to be fucking awesome, and I can't wait to watch that game. I'm going to take a lot of pictures from my Instagram. I might even make some videos while I'm at the arena. That's going to be super fun. I can't wait. That is going to be one of the most exciting games ever to go to. But anyway, guys, that pretty much covers it for this recap. Like I said, I'm going to try to make the other 2 as short as possible, but... So thank you guys for watching this recap. If you liked it, leave a like down below. Sorry once again for these videos coming out late, but I've been super busy this week, so try to forgive me for that. Again, this is not my full-time job. I just kind of do these for fun. I have a lot of other stuff going on in my life, so, forgive me if I'm a little late with these uploads. I really do apologize, but especially when the playoffs come around, I'll be a lot more consistent with these. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.